friends. See what I did there, because it's England and, that's, yeah. What's going on, everyone? It is the second part to our World Cup edition of La Resurreccion. Sorry for the hesitation. It's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning. I haven't slept. I am very tired. Functioning is hard. I'm recording this straight after the squad introduction video. And, we got to the first game of the World Cup against Australia. Of course, Australia, Senegal and Belgium in our group. Literally have to hit submit team and we are ready to go. So you know who's in the squad. If you watched yesterday's episode, I would, or whenever the last episode was, I would go and check that out before, just if you want to know who is in the squad. Otherwise, let's crack straight on into it. I'm going to show you all 3 group games today. Obviously, that's quite a lot of games. I'll edit it down. Might just be the goals, depending on how much action there is. But yeah, you'll get to see how we get on in the group. Hopefully, we'll qualify. We're expected to get to the quarterfinals. And let's see how that goes. So, this is the team that is going to play our opening game of the World Cup. And it's as full strength as we can get. So, Jack Butland is going to be in goal. Trent is going to be at right back. Joe Gomez and Harry Maguire at centre halves, with Luke Shaw at left back. In the centre of midfield, Eric Dyer and Lewis Cook. Sterling is going to be on the right wing, Jadon Sancho on the left wing, Phil Foden in the number 10 role, and Harry Kane up top. Depending how quick and fast the games come, I'm not sure how long break we get in between. There might be some rotation, but hopefully we can go as full strength as possible. So here we go. So here we go then. A few names that we would recognise in the Australian team. They are playing quite a negative formation. Just get the World Cup scores up there. The first highlight, Trent with a free kick, floats one in. And from that far out, just past the post. And apologies if you heard some background noise. My laptop was just about to run out of battery. Right, that issue is now fixed. But yeah, as I was saying, Matthew Ryan is in goal for them. Bailey Wright is centre half. Matthew Ryan, of course, in real world at Brighton. Bailey Wright, Bristol City. We'll look at that in a sec. Trent with a free kick from that angle goes for goal. Should have probably whipped it in, but unfortunately not. And it's Australia with their first chance. And it looks like a penalty is going to be given. The referee is going over to VAR. I'm not sure who it was against or what it was for, but this could be an early setback in our first game. If you look at the stats, fairly even game. Harry Maguire, the person adjudged to have given away the foul. What is the referee going to say? More often than not, they give the penalty, and they certainly have here. So who is going to take the penalty for Australia? McLaren stepping up, and Jack Butland can't quite get there. And potentially an upset on the cards. Jamie McLaren puts Australia 1-0 up. I hope the replays are on. No, they're not. Excellent. I do apologise. Always forget to put those back on. But a highlight straight from the goal. And can we get an immediate reply? Cook with the ball out to Sterling. Crossfield ball to Sancho. His header down isn't brilliant. And they get it away. But we could come forward again. Shaw down to Sancho. Whips one in. And there might be a penalty in our favour straight away. Kane adjudged to have been pushed over. Again, the referee has to go to VAR. Bailey Wright, who we've already mentioned, of Bristol City. And there we go. It is a penalty. So Harry Kane is going to have the chance to put us back on level terms pretty much straight away. Came from the spot, never in doubt. A solid penalty. Ryan barely moves, and just like that, we are back on level terms. 2 penalties in quick succession. An interesting start to this opening game. We don't need to see the penalty again, but it was a good result for us. If we have a look, Jackson Irvine, of course, of Hull, Aaron Moy of Huddersfield, Tom Rogic as well of Celtic. So some familiar players, and they've put up a good fight so far, Australia, it has to be said. As we roll up to half-time, maybe one more chance before the half. They start with a goal kick. Ryan knocks it long, and McLaren gets on the end of it. But Shaw, I thought he would bring it down, but he gets it to Dyer. And now we just need to compose ourselves. Maybe some nerves, as it's the opening game. But a long ball over the top to Kane. It's a lovely tackle by Bailey Wright. Australia playing it around the back. Fairly composed. Gomez gets his head to that. It does well. Knocks it down to Cook. Dyer. Sancho now. Good tackle by Jackson Irvine. I was expecting probably this to be the game this to probably be the easiest game of the group, but so far it's not looking that way. Harry Maguire just about beats McLaren to the ball. We play it around a bit riskily at the back, but Australia get the ball down and now they can play. Tom Rogic playing between the lines, slips ball into Juric, and what a finish that is. Tommy Juric on the stroke of half time puts Australia back in front, and you have to say they've looked good value for it. Again, a long ball sort of lumped forward, Rogic playing between those lines, so he's going to be a danger. A lovely slip ball and a first time effort. Butland unmoved. I'm guessing the power and the pace of the shot caught him by surprise. And again, it looks like there's going to be a highlight straight from the goal. Are we going to peg them back straight away twice? Trent up to Sterling. What can he do? Into Kane. Sancho making moves towards the edge, but Foden picks up the ball, runs wide, feeds it back to Shaw. Back inside to Foden. Cook's there on the edge. Can he hit one? Lewis Cook! My word, what a strike. And we have pegged them back again within minutes. You know, we shouldn't be in this position really, but what an opening game this is turning out to be. Lewis Cook grabs his first goal of the tournament, and a very patient goal. You can see so many bodies back for Australia, but Cook found himself some space on the edge, unleashes the effort, and the man playing in the championship has equalled the scoreline once again. And I think that is going to be half time. What an opening half it has been to this World Cup for us. So we begin the second half. Can we push on and get ourselves in front for the first time in this game, which I really did not expect to say against Australia? First highlight of the second half, and it starts with our throw-in. Sterling inside to Foden, who's come deep to get the ball. Knocks it out wide to Sancho. Can he use his pace to get by his man? He's running at him. Can he get a ball in? Forced back to Luke Shaw. Inside to Foden. Sancho now. Can he hit one? He tries to bend one and he hits the bar. The clearance is poor and as far as Luke Shaw. And that's the end of the highlight. Corner. Sancho knocks it in. Kane is there to meet it, but it's a fairly comfortable save from Matt Ryan. We haven't made a change. Luke Shaw was struggling for fitness. The ball lumped all the way forward to McLaren, and Butler makes the save look comfortable. Yeah, we've brought on Josh Timon because Shaw was struggling for fitness. And another highlight, we start from our own half, deep in our own half. Butler with a free kick. We work its way up to Trent, inside to Foden. A lovely first time ball, and again the long switch out to Sancho. Looks like we've identified their right back as potentially a weakness. Timon, Sancho, Foden on the edge, and the ball just fizzes past the post. Lewis Cook was on the edge again, lurking, but Foden opted to take on the shot himself and couldn't find the target. I think we are going to make another change. Trent, our defence aren't playing brilliantly, and Trent struggling a little bit of fitness as well, so we'll bring on Kyle Walker. I don't really want to have to rotate the defence quite heavily, but we're getting on top in this second half, which is really good to see. And that looks like it's going to be it, and it is. 2-2 it finishes, all the action in the first half, and that is a really poor result by our standards. But like I said, probably the easiest game of the group, and we've laboured to a draw, so we are really going to have to improve if we're going to beat Senegal in the next game. Okay, we are at game day number 2. A decent gap between games, but some people feeling the strain, so we've had to made a few changes. Just an update on our group. Senegal beat Belgium in the opening contest, a 95th minute winner. They had to come from behind as well, but Belgium have beaten Australia as well. So we really need to get a win to put us in a good chance of qualifying from this group. And this is the team that we are going to go with. Butland is in goal. Trent, Gomez, Maguire and Shaw at the back. So no changes to the back 5. Chalobah comes in for Cook. Cook had a really good game last time out, but is struggling. So it's going to be Chalobah and Dyer. Nelson is going to be out on the right. Ali in the middle. Smith Rowe is going to come in on the left. And Harry Kane is going to continue up top. Hopefully we get a positive result. Senegal operating the 3 up front system. It was OP in FM last year. We have to wait and see if it's as good this year. Some good players in their team as well. Keita Balde, Kuma Babacar as well. Mendy from Leicester, Gay from Everton, Koulibaly in there as well. So they certainly have a good team. I think Sadio Mane is Senegalese as well, but it doesn't appear to be in the squad. But yeah, we really need to get a win in this one. Give them an inspiring team talk, and here we go in our second game of the group against Senegal. Corner, Reece Nelson with it, 11 minutes in, aims towards the far stick, headed away, but Chalobah will collect. Dyer and Chalobah, good ball out, back out to Reece Nelson. Can he get a good ball in? Whips one in towards the keeper. Smith Rowe is there, good tackle. Chalobah back out to Reece Nelson. Relentless attack, ball to the back stick, but they get it away. Delhi will collect. Chalobah, can we get a decent effort on goal? Denny Smith Rowe is there, and I think that's going to be offside. It's going to VAR. I don't know whether it was offside. The initial shot saved, of course. I think it's been given. As we have a look here, Chalobah, good ball to Delhi, first time ball, and he is onside. Smith Rowe, great save by Gomez, but Smith Rowe there to tap into the net. And I think we find ourselves 1-0 up, and we do. And one of the surprise players for the World Cup has put us in front, Emile Smith Rowe. But Senegal couldn't reply straight away, and it's somehow scrambled off the line. A combination, there we go, of Butland and the man on the post. Keep that out. Nelson, free kick, tries to go from goal from that angle over the bar. I don't know why they go for goal from that angle. It's kind of annoying. I would prefer them just to get the ball in. But nevertheless, we are definitely on top in this game. Corner, Reece Nelson again, whips one in, Kane is there. And from inside the 6-yard box, he heads it over. You'd fancy him to score there. But unfortunately not. Comes around to half-time, and we are 1-0 to the good. I'm going to say we've played alright, but there is room for improvement. And so far, so good. Although I would like the results to be a bit more comfortable. If things stay as they are, we would top the group. Of course, we play actually after Belgium and Australia. So we would top the group going into the last game. But it is so tight, and Belgium probably, on paper, our toughest opponents. Okay, throw in, sure. Ali was the target, but is headed away, only as far as Dyer. Chalobah on the edge. Good ball out to Trent. He can keep it in. He's got space to work with. Drives into the area. Ball's headed away. And now they knock it clear, but Gomez can recycle. We start again. Long pump ball up top. Sancho, the substitute, tries to get on the end of it. He manages to do so. He gets the ball in. Nelson at the far stick. Trent can collect. Ball into the far stick, and Jadon Sancho is there. The substitute has made the desired impact. And he's put us 2-0 to the good. Made this game a lot more comfortable. But it's just been unrelenting attack. Again, Senegal just cannot clear their lines properly. A lofted ball towards the far stick, and again it's the man on the left wing. In the first half it was Smith Rowe. This time it's Sancho. I did take Smith Rowe off because he picked up an injury. And I think, again, some players struggling for fitness. Shaw is struggling, so we'll just bring on Timon. And I think Trent is going to have to come off in a minute as well. But potentially another highlight in the offing. Start again from our own box, and it's Maguire going on a bit of a run, but finds Chalobah. Lost one up to Kane. He's a bit isolated, but luckily we can recycle. Delhi with a good ball out to Reece Nelson. His cross is blocked, but Chalobah will collect. Dele Alli to Chalobah. Reece Nelson. Is he going to go for himself? Finds the ball to Jadon Sancho, who shot not the best place, but too hot to handle for the goalkeeper. And the substitute has had a brilliant impact. Reece Nelson with the assist. Nice intricate play in the middle of midfield. Nelson does well to cut inside. You think he might go for it himself, but passes the ball to Sancho, whose first time shot is poor, let's be honest. But too hot for the keeper to handle. 3-0 to the good. I certainly didn't expect this result after Senegal beat Belgium. But nevertheless, I will certainly take it. We are going to make that change that I talked about. Trent is going to come off. And looks like it's going to be a very comfortable victory. Senegal only musting 6 shots compared to our 25. We have been dominant in this game. I thought there might be one last chance in the offing, but I don't think that's going to happen. There it is, the final whistle. A very resounding 3-0 win. And that puts us in a really good position going into the last game. The only team in our group not to have lost the game. We sit on 4 points. Belgium on 3, Senegal on 3, Australia on 1. So feasibly, any of the 4 teams could still qualify heading into the last game. But we play second place Belgium. It will certainly be a tough game, but hopefully we can get at least a draw. And we should be fine. The most important game of the group stage, and we've had to make quite a few changes, which is not good. Don't really want to risk players' fitness for later in the tournament. And we've already seen some players in our team already have pretty poor natural fitness anyway. So this is the team that we are going with. Butland remains in goal, but a completely changed back 4. Kyle Walker, Axel Tuanzebe, Callum Chambers and Josh Timon going to be at the back. Chalobah and Cook are going to be our central midfield pairing for today. Probably our best 2 performing central midfielders so far. Sterling back in on the right, Sancho on the left after his impressive performance last game out. Foden back in at number 10, and Rashford is going to come in up top. We can't rest on our laurels in this game. We have to get a result. And if you have a look at the Belgium team, that is a disgusting formation, but full of very good players. Lukaku leading the line, Hazard and Carrasco. A defensive back four. I'm not sure who you are. Makers, interesting. Witsel, Tielemans, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Jason Denayer, Boyata in front of Qatar. Lots of good options on the bench. Lionel. Oh, Lionel Shakespeare. Oh, I love you. 33 years old now. He's still terrible at La Liga. Still probably the best player in the Premier League. Lionel Shakespeare at the World Cup. But yeah, this is going to be a really tough game. And with a team this rotated, it's certainly going to be a challenge. But let's carry on from where we left off last time out. Lewis Cook is going to be England captain today. A very interesting decision. But here we go. The last game of the group stage. We need a good result. And that's not the best start. Highlight, just under 10 minutes into the game, and it looks like it's going to go the way of Belgium, but a fantastic tackle by Lewis Cook. And Sancho is away. Tries to run at pace, but is sent backwards. But he finds Phil Foden. Gets the ball out to Raheem Sterling. Can he cause problems? He's running at players and forces a fine save from Courtois at his near post. And stats-wise, we've started this game superbly. Foden with the corner, whips one in towards the back stick. Lukaku heads away. Good ball over to Tuanzebe, who has the shot. And the centre-half, well, comes within whiskers of scoring. We come to half-time and we've dominated the stats. But not much. There was nothing else in terms of highlights. Senegal in front against Australia, which probably means that they'll top the group as it stands. I'm just looking for the right team talk. Let's go for the supporters. They didn't really seem to care, which is always good. But we'll get into them. Normally my England team talks go well. But on big occasions, it seems to only be the young players that respond to them, which is a bit disappointing. But as you can see, as it stands, Senegal top the group on 6 points. We in second place on 5 points. We need to maintain a positive result. Highlight, Belgium throw in deep in their own half. But Alderweireld works up to Hazard, who gets the ball back. Patient play from Belgium. Don't seem to have many options, although the far side is packed. But a long ball over the top releases Lukaku, and he slips it past Jack Butland. And disaster has struck. We've dominated the game. But at the moment, as it stands, we are crashing out of this World Cup. Didn't seem to be a lot on, but Alderweireld just lumps one forward over the top for Lukaku. Gets onto the end of it and casually slots it past Jack Butland. And we are in deep, deep trouble. But we come forward immediately afterwards. Sterling with the ball. Ball towards the back stick is headed away. Timer's not going to get on the end of it. Instead, Carrasco. And Belgium could come forward again. Hazard lumps one forward. What has Jack Butland just done? What has just happened? Oh my God. So, Hazard, I want to see this in 3D. It seemed to work okay last time out. So the ball, Butland, he doesn't even attempt to play the ball. The ball just hits him and oh, I'm gonna get sacked. Unless we can conjure up something. Walker, Foden, can we get response now? Rashford, oh, shot is blocked. Lewis Cook, we know he can hit him. Chalobah, Walker's got space, but it's back to Cook. Chalobah again, Foden. But out wide to Timon. Needs to be a good ball in. It is Rashford. Oh, he heads the ball over. But so far, it doesn't look like much is coming. Although saying that, as it stands, we are second in the group. So Australia have obviously done us a favour. Timon, long ball over for Harry Kane. Beats his teammate to it and Kane buries it. 15 minutes to go. We are back in this match. We really need, if we're going to bottle it, we really need Australia to do us a favour. A long ball over the top by Timon. Not sure whether he intended to play that or just launch it clear. But a really composed finish from Harry Kane has brought us back into this match. 15 minutes. Can we get an equaliser? We don't want to have to rely on other people. And I think I'm going to make one final change. Sancho hasn't had a brilliant game, so we'll bring on Smith Rowe and see if the youngster can make an impact. We've got 15 seconds to go, and Senegal have scored 2 late goals. And look at that table on the right. We are going to crash out the World Cup. Good save by Butland, but to no avail. I think it's fair to say, well, I say it's fair to say, they've had 2 clear-cut chances, we haven't. Belgium win, and we are out of the World Cup. Well, I was hoping that this World Cup would provide a week long of episodes. Yeah, we're out. Although I would have expected to have been sacked. I'm sure it's coming. Let's have a look. I'll just do all this nonsense, continue on a couple of times, see if we get sacked. Well, I've continued on a couple of days and I haven't been sacked. I don't know whether it will come through once the World Cup is completed or whatever, but I don't expect to be in an England job. But yeah, really disappointing end to this World Cup. I was really looking forward to it, and we've properly bottled it. Didn't have the worst record in the end, but Senegal probably the surprise package, and to lose out to them, considering we beat them 3-0, was really disappointing. The game that really let us down was the Australia game, but we only have ourselves to blame. Maybe I rotated too much, maybe I was too cautious with player fitness, but that's unfortunately how it rolls. So of all the games been played, no, there's still a couple of groups to go. Croatia and Morocco qualified from Group A, Holland and Switzerland from Group B, Belgium and Senegal from our group as we know, Italy and Poland. Colombia finish on no points, actually get beaten by China, which is interesting. France and Spain out of Group E, which is no real surprise. Brazil and Romania, USA had a poor time. Fair play to Romania for qualifying. And then, as we can see, the last 2 groups, Argentina look fairly confident to qualify. Wales could join them. If we get out qualified by Wales, that'd be pretty disappointing. And then Mexico look good value for money, and Germany and Nigeria as well. Find it out. So, disappointment in the World Cup, which is a real shame. But that's just the way things go sometimes. We haven't had the greatest luck in terms of tournaments. It'll be in England, like I said. The last tournament, the Euros, they had a torrid time, even worse than we just did. So, yeah, don't seem to have a lot of luck. In terms of when I will next be with you, if we have a look, probably just makes sense to come back. I'm going to play a couple of, I'll probably cancel these ones. I let my assistant arrange some just because I thought I'd be at the World Cup for a while, but obviously not. So I'll cancel these, probably try and place a better opposition, and then we'll come back for the Real Sporting Chicken Goujon and Getafe games, and get back to speed in La Liga. But yeah, that is going to bring an end to the World Cup adventure. It only lasted 2 episodes, and even one of them was a squad introduction. So you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm pretty deflated, but it's just one of those things, unfortunately. So guys, if you have enjoyed it, you are a monster, but I do appreciate the support. So yeah, if you drop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel. A link, as always, in the description to the FM Creators Discord. Come and join. And I'll see you guys for more normal La Resurreccion episodes. Cheers.